Mind of terrorists. Princeton University has canceled a speech by two former terrorists saying there were complications. The men, a former PLO terrorist and a gang member in Lebanon, are on the lecture circuit. And here they are. Walid Sheobat is a Palestinian and Zak Anani is Lebanese. We'll begin with you, Mr. Sheobat. What did you do and why did you do it?
Well, I learned my education system in the Palestinian areas, of course, from kindergarten all the way up to high school, Islamic education, Islamic fundamentalism. Of course, I ended up starting in demonstrations, throwing Molotov cocktails, throwing stones at the rabbis down at the Wailing Wall, ended up in prison, got recruited with a bomb maker, ended up smuggling a bomb with the Temple Mount, ended up lodging it in a bank, nearly lynching an Israeli soldier, came to the United States, ended up getting involved in terror cells in the United States.
You were involved in terror cells here?
That's right.
And what was your goal here? What were you trying to do?
It was literally jihad in America. We would rent hotels, we would train in the basements on jihad in America.
But you weren't able to do what you did in Israel, bomb and kill. Why not?
Because the education here is to prepare the way for a future jihad in America when the time is ready.
Okay, so when you were here in America after you had bombed or helped out the bombers in Israel, you were basically training for a future mission.
Future mission in America.
How many people do you estimate are doing that right now? How many cells are there in the USA?
Well, I could say several. I don't know exactly. I've left the thing a long time ago.
All Palestinian or Al-Qaeda?
Oh, from all over. From all over. My recruiter's name was Jamal Saeed. He was a professor from the Jordanian University. He is notorious. It is said he's a notorious friend of Abdullah Azzam. Abdullah Azzam, who was the mentor of Osama bin Laden. He's free in Chicago right now, has a mosque. And I can show you home videos that will have you make your hair stand up. What they were doing here in America in basements and training.
Why did you stop?
Well, my life took a turn. I started examining why I hated Jews at one point in time. And I studied Jewish history, the Bible.
Right, so this was just within you, you wanted to change?
Just research and study. And I started asking myself, why did we hate the Jewish people? Why are the Jews the prophet killers? Why they spread medical?
But you did this all on your own?
All on my own, yes.
It was an individual conversion?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Nani, what did you do and why did you do it?
I was born to clerical Islamic family. Since I was a kid, I was introduced to Islamic schools.
In Lebanon?
In Lebanon.
Okay, you were in Islamic schools. What did you do?
Okay, in my very childhood, I was trained and educated with hated education. And while I was 13 years old, when I became 13 years old, I joined the militant fragments, and I moved from a rank to another till I became a troop leader. And by the age of 17, I was sure that I'll never touch the 18 or 19 or 20th of my life. I'll be killed before then. That's why.
Were you trying to kill Jews?
I was trained to kill Jews, but believe it or not, I've never faced Jews, but I ended up killing about 223 people out of the other gangs.
Of the other gangs in Lebanon?
Yes.
Christians?
No.
No. So you killed other Muslims?
Right.
All right, so it was inner warfare. Now,
right.
The most important question. Both of you guys are now outcasts, right?
That's
you
right.
fear for your lives, right? People trying to kill you because you've turned and now you're talking about terrorism, so they want to kill you.
Right.
So you could wind up dead any time.
It's true.
You're not afraid?
It's worth it. Somebody has to tell America what real terrorism is about. It has nothing to do with land. It's got nothing to do with occupation of, quote, Palestine. It's got nothing to do with occupation of, quote, Iraq. Jihad is a long thing that's been going on in the Middle East.
Right. It's just hatred.
It's
blind hatred.
America's never heard the word khilafah. I mean, the idea of khilafah is taught all throughout the Middle East. You had 113,000 Arabs surveyed. 73% thinks that Hamas should be the representation of the Palestinian people.
It's my thesis that the American people don't know the danger, don't realize the danger, because the American media underplays it all the time. Am I wrong?
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. The media, I don't see anything in the media. I stopped watching the media. The media is the streets of what's happening over in the West Bank. Can I go to Ramallah, stand in a street corner, and have a pamphlet saying suicide bombing is wrong? I will be executed within seconds. They don't show in the media the killings galore that happens in Manger Square, the draggings of other Palestinian bodies in the streets. They don't show these things.
I just don't understand the American media and why it doesn't understand, or the ACLU and all these other, what we face and how to defeat it. We're going to have to be very tough and very courageous. Gentlemen, we hope you guys are okay. We appreciate you coming in and tell us your story.